into the silent night, an endless fall, like cuts from 1,000 knives. I hear you call, but I'm still stumbling in the dark, a silent howl as I dissolve into your arms. I waited now, seduced by a sweet mirage. We could live or we could stay, steady state or wide awake. I can't do this anymore, it's hurting like it never has before. We could live or we could stay, steady state or wide awake. I can't do this anymore, it's hurting like it never has before. Jaded, the scar you left is like an open wound. I'm down and low, don't wake me up, it's still too soon. I hear you call, but I'm still falling deep in love. I'm washed away and carried to your sweet embrace. I waited now, seduced by a sweet.
Real bad. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, girl on my shoulder, a heart full of blues, and in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night, starting to calm down in the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt.
I've been wondering what has happened to you now. Am I the only one who's struggling to move on? Yeah. Guess I thought that this was meant to last. Now I wish I was still living in the past. Yeah. Never felt so damn frustrated. You're just wasting my time. All those feelings that I dread is ringing in my head. Can't believe the words you said. Ringing in my head. Somebody save me. Now we're hanging by a thread and it's ringing in my head. All your friends are now my enemies. Always tell you what to do. Can't keep up with all the bullshit they're throwing your way. The sun's in your eyes, I can see my breath away. A young and pretty, was it just a dream? The next day you called me up. You told me I'm your little buttercup. You came over and you fell into my arms. Well, I know what I feel. Please tell me your love is real. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. Hopeless lover. I woke up all soaked in sweat, weird chills running down my neck. I'm going crazy from just the thought of you. A long blonde hair and your beautiful smile. Your sense of humor makes it all worthwhile. Don't make me wait, it's not a funny game. You know just what I feel. Please tell me your love is real. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. Hopeless lover. Hopeless lover. A hopeless lover. Hopeless lover. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am blue, and I can't get enough. Can't get enough. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough.
Okay, folks, before we start the show, we've just spent 15 minutes showing YouTube channels. If you've not recognised any of them before, go and check them out. Even better, go and subscribe to them. And we want to highlight as many channels as we can all through this year because it's a lot easier to criticise than it is to create. And everybody, whether you've got 1 subscriber or 1,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, you've got to pick a camera up, you've got to create, you've got to make the video, you've got to edit. So a shout out to all of them. Everybody watching, we've got the comments on the right hand side. If you've never commented before, go in and say hello. When people that do comment, go and say hi to them because we're having a shitty time at the moment, folks. So we want everybody in there commenting. Even better, put your Twitter handles in, your Instagram handles. Go and follow. Everybody go and follow because all we want to do is make sure everybody enjoys this show and at the end of the night, everybody gets a friend. So shall we start series 2? Hit the credits, John.
Good evening.
Throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed on me. I thought, what age are we?
Evening, Andrew Austin, rolling with the Robinson, Marilyn Wiseby, just on tour, Emery Brown, Caravan with the Coxes, Extreme Motorhome Ventures, Lavina Wells, Anthony Weeks, Phil Brunt, Diane Webb, Bobby Shaw. We're back. Where's he gone? He's
Good evening. How are you?
You're late for everything, aren't you?
I'm always on time. I was here actually about 7 hours ago.
Nah.
I was watching you messing around.
Like the new intro.
It was lovely. It was good. Some good music and all your bits at the start.
No. The intro.
Oh, the intro. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, some good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You've told me about that before.
Yeah, the intro.
But yes, it was very good. You like your dancing man, don't you?
I like that. I call him Dancing John. It's Dancing John. So bits in that intro. What were them bits in them intro, mate?
What, all the different
caravanning
and stuff?
Yeah, no, the caravanning and the in the start of the show.
I'm with you now. Okay, so that's next week's show. So once a month we're going to do a new program called. I think we settled on this, by the way.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, legs down. Basically, it's where we all get together, we all have a good laugh and do a few challenges and so on. And hopefully it should end up being very entertaining.
We've top geared Motorhome and Caravan, haven't we?
Yes, a bit like this. Nobody else does anything like it, so somebody's got to. And Motorhome and Caravan has never been so popular.
Yeah. What have we got on tonight, mate?
Got quite a few bits. We've got, obviously...
Make it quick.
Yeah, we've got Lee's technical advice, so don't forget to get in touch to ask that. We have got we've got the news section. That's me and Mark. Don't forget the after show as well. We've got Marianne and Chris.
Well, we have actually got Tread the Globe on the show, you know.
I was just about to say we've got Marianne and Chris.
You know what I mean? Not the biggest. You know what I mean? And we've got an after show at 25 to 9 where you can ask them anything. And do you know what I've done, Shane? I've robbed their store. I've got stickers, I've got t-shirts, I've got everything. I'm going to give away a sticker. I'll keep the rest myself.
Very good.
Yeah.
Don't forget Extreme Motorhome Adventures as well.
Oh, that's it. You've just blown everything, haven't you?
Oh, have I?
You've just
you should have
completely ruined everything. I'll tell you what, let's just go to the news.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How
How
are
the
you?
devil are you? How the devil are
Oh,
you?
very well, very well, very well.
Very good.
So, what news have we got then, Shane?
Right, okay, so one big one, which was probably a month or so ago now, is Becks have gone bye-byes.
Yeah, I heard about that over Christmas. It's I'm surprised more companies haven't, to be fair, even though it's booming. These lockdowns, it's not making it any easier for everyone, is it?
No, I mean, with that, I understand that they were sort of winding it down anyway. They'd reduced orders and everything like that, and it just never ended up working out very well because they actually needed those orders. But I'm just going to add on to the back of that about what you just said about more companies going bust. This year's the year that more. And the reason being is because I've been having a look at the stock levels again. And you know, when we came out last lockdown, dealers were probably 80-90% full up of stock, would you say?
Yeah.
I'm just going to shout out a few. So, Brownhills, 16 used motorhomes in stock. Marquis, 13 branches, 127. That's less than 10 a branch. Loudham's, 2 branches, 15 in stock. Travel World, 15. That is scary.
Can't survive on that. And the new stuff isn't coming through quick enough either, is it? That's the issue.
No, that's right. I mean, you've Bailey have said that they're carrying on through the lockdown, but then you've got Old Sleeper, for example, who are slowing things down and so on. I'm sure there are others as well.
It's going to be testing times, that's for sure.
It will be. So what else we got? So you know more about this than... Oh, no, you won't know more about this.
No, I don't know nothing about this.
No, there's lots of new models, and this is Pilots, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the motorhomes. So I know nothing about motorhomes.
New range. There's lots of new ranges. What we got next, John? There we go. Unbeatable hire. What do you know about this, Mark?
I've heard some little whispers that basically I think people used to buy the motorhomes, didn't they? Lease touch to the company. They would then rent them out, and the customer or whoever owned the vehicle, say I own the vehicle, I'd have a mortgage against that motorhome. So in theory, they couldn't sell that motorhome. Is that right?
Yeah. So I mean, this is quite old news, to be fair. Like, we bought some motorhomes off the collapse of it about a year ago. It was a year ago, next month. Long story short, so you're an investor. You've got, say, I think the average price of them that they bought them from Shanes was about 35 grand a piece. So very low price for new motorists. So you got 70 grand to spend. So you buy 2 motorhomes from them. You then give them to Unbeatable Hire, and they rent it out. And they lease it out. They give you a return on your money and everything like that. And there's something called a chattel mortgage, which goes against the motorhome. So it is sort of like a security against it, but it doesn't show up in HPI or anything like that. But it does show, if you ever bind a Shanes, the first 2 digits of that number plate will be AE, followed by the year. And it'll be AE 19, 18, and so on. But if you look on Company's House at Unbeatable Hire or whatever the other company is called, that's where you'll find that chattel mortgage. But as far as I'm aware, it's only Shanes.
Yeah, and 90% of people, when you're buying a motorhome, you do a HPI check on a motorhome, and that's about it, isn't it? You wouldn't ever think to have tried to go to Company's House to look for a motorhome to see if there's anything outstanding. That's completely out of the ordinary, isn't it?
I mean, we were very fortunate that one of the investors educated us very early on, and we knew everything about it, so we're prepared. Because I'm not joking, when we've probably been offered between 80 and 100 since. I think there was some like 300-400 motorhomes in circulation, but it has now been bought out, but with one of the old partners by a guy called Alfie Best. If you have a look at Wildcrest Holiday Parks, wow, that's a big group. I'm going to say they've got something like 60, 70, 80 holiday parks around the country, and that's one of the investors. That's one of the new owners, so to speak.
So there's a little bit more security there, supposedly.
That's right, yeah. Yeah. But it just depends what has happened in the past and if the owners are sold and so on.
Hang on. I've got breaking news. We've got a fire in Nottingham. It looks like a motorhome. I've got a cameraman down there now, just checking this out. Come.
A lovely RV.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a motorhome or not. Mr. Cameraman, can you go down to the side for me, please? Let's have a proper look. Yes, that's a motorhome. Do you know anything about that, Shane?
I might do.
Tell us.
It was a bit of a bad day. So it was a Friday, just after lunchtime. Driving back, I was driving across from Manchester to Nottingham. Well, I was going down the M1. And basically, when I was coming towards the A610, which I think is junction 26, there's a little bit of smoke. A little bit of a juddering, nothing special. I thought, oh, bloody hell, something's gone wrong here. About another 3-4 seconds, there was a hell of a lot more smoke. And I thought, I need to pull over here. And I used to work up that way, so I knew there was a lay-by coming up. I started heading towards that lay-by, and then the next thing was there was flames coming up the windscreen. And went to put my foot on the brake to stop the RV because I saw that there was people in that lay-by, and I couldn't fire rip straight through the brakes. Luckily, the parking brake worked, which was foot operated, and that managed to stop it about 20-30 yards before that lay-by. But I was worried because it's downhill, goes right down to a massive roundabout at the bottom where there's a lot of cars. Not ideal.
Could have been a lot worse, that couldn't it?
It could, because I reckon, that first video that you saw, that was probably only about a minute after.
That's a lot of fire there, mate.
It is. It took, that made me jump, that did. It took them a couple of hours to really get it off, to really get the fire down. And bearing in mind, they were pretty damn good, the fire service, because they were there in about 6-7 minutes. I was very fortunate. Oh yeah, for about 8 hours. Well, that's what I know of. That's when the recovery came to get the truck. But yeah, that was run on LPG. So diesels obviously is a problem. Petrol is very explosive. LPG is like woohoo, way over the top, and basically it would just get feeding LPG through, and it was just keeping it ignited.
And the problem with that is you've not got a door at the side of you, have you? There's no sort of chassis doors. You've got to go back.
There wasn't, no, but the only good thing is there is a back door, and I think fans are going out the front ones.
Shall we have a look at the final outcome?
Okay, let's have a look.
So here we go. The results are in. It's not damp anymore. On a positive note, that's where I was sat when the flames started coming over the windscreen, and that's what happens when you're in a wooden box. Insulation's still there though. And I think that's the LPG tank that made it go up as quick as it did. Very lucky boy.
Will you be retailing that, Shane?
I think I probably will do, yeah. I think I've seen some people retail worse over the last few months.
And that's why we give you great content. And you know what? Let's talk about great content. Let's look at the couple who do this.
We're Marion and Chris, and we've been travelling full-time since May 2018. We must be insane.
Whilst attempting to drive around the world in Trudy, our home on wheels, this happened.
All British travellers abroad are advised to return now.
As borders closed around us, we decided to wait it out in Turkey until we were able to continue our adventure east.
Welcome to Turkey!
Beep.
Way!
I only have to ask one question, then we can finish the show now.
Okay.
Dead simple. What's it like having the whole of Turkey's tourist destination spots to yourself?
Amazing. Amazing. What else can you say?
It's just an incredible situation that we're in.
out of season, COVID days, and also living in a self-isolation bubble that enables us to travel around safely and self-distance. And when people come up to say hi, we generally talk through the window. So we're feeling really safe and happy.
There's not many people that can go to Ephesus and see 4 people the whole time they're there. There's normally tens of thousands.
Yeah. And we've been adopted.
Well, you first came on my radar was you were doing a talk at the NEC. It was a few years ago, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And I never watched them, to be honest. And I was just captivated by the energy and everything. You were talking about your round the world trip. And I was watching it and I thought, there's loads of van lifers out there. And you watch them and you're thinking, well, yeah, because they're young. Yeah, because they're that. But you give nobody any excuse not to do it. You don't.
There you go. I don't look good in a bikini, that's for sure.
I can vouch for that, and neither do I.
We're doing that so well.
You only live once. Just do it. People say, "Are you too old to start a YouTube channel? Are you too old to go on this crazy stuff?" And the answer is, if we can do it. I never picked up a camera before I started this.
Yeah.
And anybody can do it.
In fact, it was our eldest son that challenged us to start a YouTube channel. And I didn't really know much about YouTube at all. Chris had watched it really for tutorials and things like that. And when my son said that, I was like, do I actually look like anything like the Kardashians?
No, see, on a serious note, it was easier when lockdown came to come home. You didn't quit.
Well, we were in Istanbul. We just arrived in Istanbul. We planned 3 days in Istanbul and 3 weeks in Turkey. And the borders closed. We had an opportunity to fly home and leave the van, which, some of our friends did. But we thought, do you know what? What are we going to do if we go home? We live in Trudy, so we don't have a home to go to apart from elderly relatives. And that's the last thing you want to do in a pandemic.
And I can see Next Stop Everywhere there. Sam and Claire, they did the same. And I think if you've got faith in your relationship, I think if you've got faith in your ability to be a problem solver, and we were adopted by Turkey. We had so many people reach out. And, as ex-NHS workers, our friends were saying, everything that was on everyone's Facebook page was the virus doesn't move, people move it. And we just thought, let's not add to the problem by taking it home to our elderly relatives.
Right.
And,
go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, and Istanbul, we ended up in a good situation because although we spent 95 days self-isolating in the car park in Istanbul, we had amazing support and facilities. And Ursula, I can see in the chat, he was a legend that came and looked after us.
He reached out to us and we felt completely safe.
Now, we don't want to listen to you about how you yourself, you go to these great places to see these fantastic things, because this is a Motorhome and Caravan show. And basically, people will look at your van and think, expect you to go around the world in a big van, and you've got a small little van. And when we looked at your van, Shane was bowled over with it, weren't you, mate?
Yeah, because I was generally, because obviously what Jason's going to talk about in a minute, I can see exactly why you went for it.
Yeah.
It's comfortable. I wouldn't change the layout or anything. It's just perfect for us.
She's not 4-wheel drive, and she could do with being 2 inches taller because Chris literally gets head injury daily. But realistically, she is everything we.
And actually, I'm 6'3", and I can lie flat on that bed, and it was one of the only ones that I could.
Well, we discussed it, Shane. It's perfect for what they got to do, isn't it?
Yeah, because you obviously you want as much space as you can, and you want that fixed bed and everything like that. But you also want to be able to drive it to places and not be worried that you've got a great 30-foot motorhome to worry about.
Well, we've been up some roads that even this was tight, So if we take in a wrong turn in another one, forget it.
Yeah.
Right. This is what we're going to do. We normally review 3 vans. We're going to find your replacement for Trudy. We're going to upgrade her.
Oh, controversial.
That's what we do.
Hold on. Where's the 3? Who's got the 3rd?
Well, Mark's good. When it all goes pear-shaped is when Mark comes on. So we're going to review 3 vans. And
Okay,
we're going to
okay.
ask Tread the Globe, Marianne and Chris, to decide the winner. So I'm going to go first. So watch, he's mine. So this isn't an easy challenge for you, Chris and Marianne, because you've really picked a really good van to go travelling around the globe. So I've had to think hard, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little bit safe. So I've gone for a newer model, 2015, and I've pretty much kept the same type of layout because it's perfect for what you do. And I've gone for the Ultra Trail V-Line 620. And what you'll notice with the V-Line 620, we've got a higher top. Because I know, Chris, you're not the smallest person in the world, so that's giving you a little bit more room. So before we go inside, I just want to show you the back here. And what we've got a great storage area at the back. And what else we have, because you're in hot places, we've got the outside shower as well. So what I've made sure you've got the awning, which is a good size, and it's on the 3.5 ton bracket. So let's get inside and have a look for you. So as we come into the van, you'll see I have played safe, pretty much the same type of layout as what you've got, and obviously I've gone for a newer version. So let's have a look at the back first. So as you can see at the back, we've got the fixed bed. We've got a massive prep area, a really big area. And then we'll start with the first hatch. Here we have the wash basin, so plenty of size for just doing a few pots and pans or plates. Then we move on to a 2-burner hob. Now it is only 2-burner hob because I know you won't be doing a lot of cooking for all the different markets that you go, and I've seen what you've been eating. And then we've got another prep area here, but as you can see, it's a good size area. And then underneath all this big prep area, we have got a grill and oven. So we've got the toilet and shower area, which is combined. Now we have got the added bonus. What I've done is I've gone for the side bench instead of the dinette area on your van, and you can pull this out to make up another bed. But the reason I've gone for the side bench is because of all the fantastic places that you go to. You can sit here with your table out, editing away or drinking your wine, and you've got your beautiful views that you can look at, and also you've got your captain seats as well. So what I think I've given you here is an updated version of your van with the high top with Chris in mind, but we're giving you more or less everything you've got with the Adria, and I think it's a winner. So we've got a good dash here with your 6-speed and also your media pack. And more importantly, for Sunday nights when you want to watch the Motorhome and Caravan show, you've got a great drop-down TV.
That's good. I like that. Hey, the height
Bye-bye,
is good.
Trudy.
Ah!
No, boo!
Chris, I went for the height.
The height is good, and the workspace above the kitchen is good because it's a bit tight at the moment when you're cooking.
How long
Marianne,
is the van?
I went for the lack of cooking.
Yeah, he does all the cooking.
I do the
He
cooking.
does the cooking.
That throw that out the window, didn't it?
We don't. You know how a lot of couples have pink jobs and blue jobs. We don't really conform.
We just
to
got
that.
grey jobs. We just
like
muck in.
do what you like to do. That's why he likes cooking and editing, and I like driving.
But good choice, Jason.
Oh,
You're winning. You're winning so far.
Well, can I come back? Trudy has an outside shower because we can actually pass the shower outside the window of our door. So when I dye my hair in the van and I need to like wash the dye off and I don't want to get it up the bathroom walls, I pass the shower head out the window and do it outside.
You do get funny looks sometimes, but
that happens all the time.
No. What do you think, Shane?
I reckon Mark's Caravan might have you with that one.
Ooh.
Have you ever watched the video?
No, don't be daft. He won't do a caravan. He can't compete with a caravan.
Yeah, but no, seriously, I did go for the height because I think you probably do struggle in the Adria.
Yeah, he would love
to be
that.
honest, and I get bad back sometimes, and standing up is it's hard. Especially if you're at the moment we're in lockdown weekends in Turkey and you can't go out. It's raining, and you're in a van that you can't quite stand up in. It's a bit. I have to put my head out the roof light.
Yeah, he does actually put his head out of the roof.
What's your thoughts with the side dinette?
It's nice.
Well, the thing about Trudy is she also has 2 extra seat belts because we tend to pick up hitchhikers pre-COVID, obviously, and also this turns into this area turns into a little bed.
Yeah.
And when we first set off from the UK in January, we actually had Annabelle, our sort of adopted daughter, and she joined us. So we like to have extra seat belts as well, so that we can bring family, friends, and the odd hitchhiker.
What do you think, Shane?
Workspace is good. You see, the fixed bed. If you live in your van, you've got to have a fixed bed.
Yeah.
And the table, you know, I get up, I can edit in on here because, you know, those videos, they do take quite a long time to make, as you know.
I did like the work surface in the kitchen area.
Yeah, that's great.
That is something that is really, really good. And the sink is bigger because I do the washing up. So the sink is bigger, and I would definitely like a bigger sink.
If I cook, I definitely don't wash up.
No,
that's part of the deal.
Absolutely not.
I think prep area is massive, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. And that's something that always lacks. And there's a few things I'd change here if I was building Trudy. I'd have a little hatch that came, like a one that came up above where the door opens to give us a bit more space.
Is it also 6 meters long, or is it a little bit longer or shorter? Or
It's around about the 6 meters. Shane?
Same sort of size.
Yeah, I suppose with the
I reckon it's just over. If it's a 620, it'll surely be the 620 means.
620, isn't it? So it's just
I think we're just under 6, aren't we?
We're 595.
Yeah.
But I just went for more of a newer model for you.
Yeah.
It looks very posh.
It does look, you know, people say to us, you know, when we're going up like the mountain roads and we're banging into tree branches, and people are like, aren't you worried about the paintwork? And I'm like, every scar is an adventure.
Exactly. It's another memory.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Anything else, Shane?
No, that's worried me, that has. That's done quite well, I think.
Told you, what I told you.
You'll be all right, Shane. Come on. What you got?
Do you know how long it is?
Go on.
5.99 meters.
Oh, cheaper on the ferries and shipping.
Yes, it is.
Okay, no doubt everybody subscribe to Tread the Globe, but please, if you haven't, just go and watch them videos. The last video I watched was amazing. Are we going to see you in a minute with another video of a motorhome, Marianne and Chris?
Yeah, I think we should.
We'll see you in a bit then.
What we got?
Right, I'm looking forward to this. It's campsite reviews.
Okay, John. Yeah.
Hi, John.
Hi, boys. How are you?
Good, good. What have you got for us?
I haven't got anything for you, mate.
No, it won't do. It's lockdown.
What do you mean? Anything?
No, I thought we'd had this conversation, and I'd hoped that you would have seen the video that I put up on my channel around Christmas time. We've sold our caravan, mate.
Mate, I'm not watching videos. I spent the last 2 weeks watching Tread the Globe videos. Have you seen how long they are? They're about half an hour. And then they've got breaks.
I'm sorry,
man.
But
you have to watch.
I'm sorry, but I haven't got anything, and I'm not going to be able to do anything for you guys going forward because we sold our van.
Yeah, because he said he was selling it to Mark. I did hear Mark mention something about him buying John's caravan.
Sorry, lad, Jay, it might be my fault. I'm buying John's van off him, aren't I? So, yeah, sorry.
But I've already sold it, Mark. I've already sold it, man. Sorry, Mark.
You what?
I've already sold it. I know we spoke, but it's already gone. So I'm sorry, mate. It's gone.
John, I thought I'm picking it up after lockdown.
Unfortunately, it's gone locally. So went to a really good home as well, which is great news. But yeah,
I couldn't care less where it went. You're supposed to be selling it to me, John.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I thought we'd whoa, hang on a minute. I thought we'd got a deal, John. I thought we'd agreed, and we said that I was going to buy it from you.
Yeah, I know, but it was a friend of a friend, and you know, it was it's gone to a really good.
God, wasn't Lee supposed to service it?
Lee, look, I'm really sorry, but I've sold my van.
It was booked in for service.
I know.
In April.
Mate, I totally forgot. With everything that's been going on, it's all been a bit hectic. So I've sort of there's nothing else I can say. Look, everybody, I'm just really sorry. I'm just gonna I'm just going to get going now, and
This is a wind-up.
I'll see you again in a bit. All right. I'll just.
Everything going on. We're in lockdown.
Unbelievable.
Is it serious?
Right.
He's
Why you're on Lee, we might as well do Ask Lee. We've got no campsite review, have we?
Hey, there's one good thing about that.
What?
I got a free service spot in April if anyone wants it.
Might be all right for you. I've got no bloody caravan to sell now.
Right, you can't sell caravans anyway. You're useless.
Right, so we'll move on to Ask Lee. Any questions?
Is there any questions?
He's getting there.
What's the importance of having a service, Lee? That's a good question.
That's a good question. That is a really good question. I actually had someone call me the other day. The van is now over 3 years old. They're not moved it in the last 12 months. Do I still need to have it serviced? Well, yes, because you've still got an ingress warranty. Service-wise, if your van's still under warranty, whether it's the first 3 years or beyond on your ingress warranty, you've still got to have your annual service. There is allowance for lockdown on warranties at the moment. Another one is your insurance. Some insurance policies do say that you have to have a service for the policy to be valid. And then obviously there is the other thing of, you do want to make sure, especially with vans, a lot of vans have been sat around for 12 months. You need to keep them roadworthy.
I mean, just going to add on to that. I mean, obviously that RV that I had, that ran on LPG gas. Luckily that guy was a gas engineer. So even though it looks bad, it could have been a hell of a lot worse if he hadn't looked after it.
Yeah.
And it makes you sit there and think, that was an electrical fault that moved on to a gas problem and everything like that.
How could it have got any worse?
Well, it could have gone bang.
It could have singed his hair.
That's right. It's a bit short. But no, but at the end of the day, it could have been a lot worse. But because it was maintained, it never went bang. And there's just, you've got to look after yourself. You're running on gas and electric.
Yeah.
What would you think the biggest problem starting my van up after it has been standing since the November lockdown? The batteries should be okay, as I have solar and lithium batteries, Lee.
If your batteries are okay, then you shouldn't really have any issues starting it up. Yeah, I went to mine recently and fired it up. I mean, it's been a couple of months since it's ran, but I went and started it up and said, yeah, no problem, off we go.
How's
one
what?
Just
go on. Best ways to keep damp at bay, Paul Joyce.
Best ways to keep damp at bay, get them regularly checked. And it doesn't keep it at bay, but at least if there's an issue, you can see it before it develops into something more serious.
I think that's the importance of having a service, Lee, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, once you've got damp issues, then it's they can be very, very costly. Depreciate the van quite a lot. So yes, keep it clean. Good tip is when you're cleaning vans, try and make sure you get rid of all that mossy stuff that starts to grow out the seals, because that starts to spread things apart.
Phil Bunt to Lee, how's lockdown affecting your business with people not being able to take the vehicle to you?
I'm mobile anyway, so I can go to everyone else. Storage yards are open this time, which is a big bonus. The only thing that really is that I can't get onto sites because they're closed. But some sites will allow me to go on to because I'm there working. But as of really January and December were a lot quieter than normal. But we're still working. It's the main thing.
Ask Lee, handbrake on or off in storage?
Ooh. Off. Shut your wheels, leave your handbrake off.
Why is that?
On a caravan, caravan or motorhome, the cables are going to stretch. They'll start to seize up, especially if they're sat for as long as some of them are. My van, actually, the handbrake was seized on with the bad frost we had a few weeks ago. Actually seized on, and by the time I got the end of the road, hoping it'd free off, my back wheel was nearly glowing. So, yeah, leave them off. But chock your wheels. With your motorhome, leave it in gear.
Okay.
Don't forget that it's in gear when you drive it off.
Yeah, come to start it. Launch into the one in front.
Okay, don't forget to subscribe to the Motorhome and Caravan YouTube channel, and we'll see you in a bit. Lee's actually hosting the after show party later on.
Am I?
Yes, you are. Because
He'll be asleep.
you threw your multimeters through the window where we had to cut you to 5 minutes to accommodate for Tread the Globe.
Someone better.
So Lee and Mark will be hosting the after show party, so it's going to be mayhem. Don't forget, we've got loads of giveaways in the after show party, and you can ask Marianne and Chris anything you want, and also any questions we've got left over for Lee, we'll ask Lee as well. See you in a bit, mate.
All right, mate.
All right.
See you in a bit.
You're back already?
Ta-da!
What's the worst thing about van life?
The worst thing about van life. Is there anything bad about van life? Missing the family back home. I mean, when we're traveling, when we're traveling, we've been away from home for about 13 months now, and it's Skype's good, but van life is great. You're free, it's not all rosy. It's not all sometimes that people make out that it is. You have to find somewhere to park. Sometimes you get moved by the police. You got to find toilets. You got to find water. You got to find.
Yeah, depending on which country. Yeah, depending on which country you're in, it might even be illegal to camp. But I don't think there's anything particularly bad. It's just
how you handle it, really.
Every life, whether you live in a house or a van or a caravan, it's the same, isn't it? There are issues that you just deal with, and it's how you look at it, I think.
Do you know the one thing that comes across in your videos as well is how kind people have been to you?
Oh, honestly.
Do you know, Turkey, I have to be honest, we've traveled to quite a few countries in our life, and there's something magical about Turkey. It doesn't matter which part of Turkey you go to. We've been to the tourist places and the places in the back end of beyond.
Yeah.
And everybody will give you a cup of tea, come and have a chat with Google Translate. They've got this thing where, they're so hospitable to tourists. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like from free meals to coffee. If you're on the beach and someone's having a barbecue, they'll knock on your van door and give you a kebab or something.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't even explain it. It's just mad.
We actually got chased down because people were trying to give us food, and we weren't near Trudy, so they didn't know who we were. Or it wasn't like plastered everywhere, Tread the Globe. We were just literally walking through Çanakkale and through a park, and this family were having a barbecue, and we walked past, and I just happened to make eye contact with the guy and say, merhaba, and he literally just went food, and I was like, no, and I was like, come on, quick, let's go. And we were walking at fast pace, and this man chased us down with two.
You know that's Turkish for feed me.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Maybe that's why. But honestly,
but Turkey's great because wild camping is no problem here.
Yeah.
You can park anywhere, light a barbecue, just relax. The police, the locals, everybody, nobody minds you parking anywhere, and it's unusual to get that freedom.
There's free land here. There's a lot of free open land. It's not like the UK, everything's owned. But here in Turkey, there's a lot of free land where we've been moved on. We've been here for
only once we got moved on.
And we were on a beach. There was probably about 6 vans all in like a convoy parked on the beach looking at the sea, having lovely sunsets. Sorry, by the way.
In front of a hotel, wasn't it?
And behind us, there was a hotel block. And the police knocked on the door and they said, could you just move 50 meters up because the hotel are complaining that all the vans have got a better view.
But that's it. That's the only time. We've had a few people knock on the only time we've been hassled by the police, they knock on the door, they pull us over and they ask for a selfie because they've seen the van on the TV or something. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. It's just hilarious. But it's honestly Turkey. I would definitely recommend it. If your time's restricted in the EU after Brexit or whatever, and you need to come out of the EU and you're doing a long trip, 3 months in Turkey, you can get a 90-day without a visa. It's an absolute magical place.
Yeah.
Are you ready for Shane? Shane, are you ready for your video?
Come on in, Shane. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. Hola. In the hills of Zaragoza, far, far away, we have an illusion. It's actually an illusion motorhome. And it's not an illusion, it's real. Look, it's here, look. just like the Adria Twin, it's very similar to that sort of layout, but I think this would just pack that little bit more of a punch for the following reasons. Come on down. So this is the 590, just under 6 meters long. It is still nice and compact. It's got the Truma heating, the alloy wheels and everything you want, and is still built on that Fiat brand new 2.3 JTD 140 brake horsepower engine, or 120 or 140, depends what you want. But this is my favourite layout. I like a garage. You can just fit so much stuff in here. And that's what we have, a nice big garage. And as you can see right the way through, it does have another door on the other side. So this one is a 4-berth, 4-belted seats. Now, I know it seems a bit of an illusion that you've got that many berths and belts, but it's true. So what have we got at the front? We've got the 2 driver and passenger seats which do swivel around, so you've got a nice big 4-seater lounge. On your right we do have the kitchen area with the sink. We do have the 3-burner hob, grill below, and lots of nice storage cupboards, like the worktop and everything. It's pretty damn nice actually. It's really nice and bright, you know, with the LED lights all the way around the bed and so on. On your left hand side we do have this lounge area, but what's even better about this area is this drop down bed just above. Now as you can see, as I press the button, it does come down to a nice level. It isn't that wide, but for 1 maybe 2 people at a push, it'll really give you that option of having some friends over to stay when you're in your foreign sunny holidays. So in the bathroom we do have this LED lighting all the way around. We've got a nice shower compartment which is separate from the rest, and as you can see it does have a nice plastic tray at the bottom. Going around to the main area of the bathroom, we do have the sink. I quite like this sink. It is a pull down sink, so you can stow it away for travelling, but then it just filters back down into the rest of it. And with the halo above my head, because I am such an angel, you can see that we've got a nice big tall white fridge on one side, and it is tall with the freezer compartment at the top. It's obviously got your different fuel uses, whether it's gas or electric. Then above this really nice big garage we do have a nice big double bed. We've got nice LED lighting all the way around, even more storage and USB ports, you know, obviously because you want to charge your phone, your camera, everything else like that for the motorhome vlogging that you do. And just to finish off, we do have access to the garage down here and storage in the steps. So what do you think? Good option compared to the Adria Twin?
Ooh.
Even had that little table that come up in the kitchen.
Yeah. You know, it's because when you look at it, you think it's longer, you think it's bigger, you know, because it's square and stuff. But yeah, it's a good option. Good storage space underneath. I mean, at the moment, you know, where the pull down bed is, I tend to keep all my. I've got loads of like, you know, camera gear and tech stuff, you know, hid up in that space. So you kind of lose that space, but I suppose you've gained it. You know, you've gained it under the bed and in places like that.
That's a nice van.
Yeah,
it's a good design. Yeah, I like it. And the
it
4 seat belt.
Garage space.
The garage space makes a difference. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? Hey,
I'll give you that, Shane. Chris Marion, that's a good-looking van as well.
You know what? It's a van that they don't do over here, really. There's a company called Denby Campervans who do the van conversions. They had them for a year or so, but then didn't carry them on just because they haven't got the space to do the motorhomes. They do the campervans, but I'm sure they do about 500-600 models in Europe.
No, it's good. It looks longer. Do you reckon I'd fit on the bed?
Width-wise, oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
And what about how's the height? Because you see, Jason's got the height there.
The only thing you struggle with is that drop-down bed because it takes a few inches away, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. Compromise.
I like that it's got the extra seat belt.
The seat belt is good. You know, the workspace looks good. We didn't see the table in Jason's, did we? We didn't see the table. I don't think.
Just a freestanding table.
Freestanding table, yeah. Because I spend a lot of time at the table. Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of pros to both of them, but
which one would make it over the rivers in Mongolia better? Do you reckon? That's the question.
No. It's definitely that one. Definitely the illusion.
Okay.
Nice and hard.
Okay, folks, please subscribe to Tread the Globe, and we'll see you in a bit for the final one. Right. John, come on, explain yourself. We need an explanation of you.
Hi. I've sold my caravan.
Bloody typical.
Look, guys, we as a family, we'd been thinking about selling the caravan, and it wasn't a knee-jerk reaction or a knee-jerk sort of thing. We'd spoken about it, and I think what this whole last 12 months has shown us is that we do want different things in life, and the lockdown period has shown us that we want different things, and we'd like to think about moving house, and that is the upshot is that we want to move house, and there was money obviously tied up in the caravan. It's great for holidays. We love it. We're really going to miss having it. We had such an amazing time in our van, but it's time for our next chapter. And I'd spoken to obviously the sketch earlier with a bit of fun, but I'd spoken to you guys, and I said, look, I'm not going to be able to be out and about giving the content and getting everything together for the show that I want to do, and I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to do it justice. Yeah, we're going to go back to our roots a little bit for the next year and a half while we save as much money as we can, and we're going to start going camping again. So we're going to get the tents out, but ultimately I couldn't give to the show what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. So
that's a very bold. That's John. Just let me stop you there. That's a very bold statement, mate. That takes a lot to say there.
Yeah. I mean, it was a hard decision. I mean, if obviously I put a video out before Christmas. I've taken it down now. If you'd not seen it, but basically explaining sort of why we were selling the caravan, and we've had so much fun in it. Honestly, it was such a great time.
So basically, what you're saying to us, John, is that's the end of the campsite reviews.
Yeah, well, for me and my lovely shirts, yes, but I haven't left you guys in the lurch. I would never do that, and I've lined up some people that will take over and excel it to the next level. So yeah, I've got something lined up for you.
Will they be selling the caravan to Mark?
I don't know. Right.
So are you going to be doing the production side of the shows as well?
Yeah. So one of the things, like I say, I would still want to be involved with the show, and so yeah, I'm going to be helping out behind the scenes a little bit. And so yeah, when I mess up and put the wrong background up or something like that, yeah, just shout at me. You can blame me, guys. But let me finish just to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed and watched these shows and been on my channel previously.
John, we're not bothered if you got for us.
Oh, I got these guys.
We are Andy and Michelle, and together we are Extreme Motorhoming Adventures.
We crave adventure, spectacular scenery, mountains and lakes, exploring the UK and Europe. All made possible with Katie, our beloved motorhome. Packed and ready to go are our hiking boots, climbing gear and e-bikes.
Hello!
John. That was better than listening to John's BAFTA Awards speech. Thank you, Mum. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for watching.
So what have you got in store for us?
Right, well, we're taking over campsite reviews. Care of John. Just want to apologise and say I'm so sorry, John, but yay for us! Fantastic news. We're going to be hopefully bringing some inspiration. John, I said, yeah. Yeah, we're going to be bringing hopefully some inspiration We're going to do some campsite reviews, CLs, lots of different sites. We're also going to try and look at the approaches, whether they're narrow roads, stuff like that.
Yeah, and obviously, as you can see in the intro, we're all about activities. We like our activities, our hiking, our biking, local attractions. We're really good at kind of finding out what's available on the site. So we're going to be really kind of about covering all the things you can do from the campsites that we're showing you. And we're also going to have a news section.
Yeah, we're going to do a bit of news. I know you're doing the news.
Campsite news.
We're doing campsite news, and we're also going to try and bring some like top deals and offers. So, things like, if you see like Channel Tunnel are doing some deals, and anything that's current that can save people some pennies, because we certainly need to be saving some money right now. We'll be bringing that as well. So I should be looking through for all the current things.
I like that, Shane.
That does sound good. Already much improved.
Very. So, Extreme Motorhome Adventure, subscribe to their channel. The first segment will be on next month. I love the idea of the saving money. Any input, like what you want to see, they need to get in touch with you, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah. If they can get in touch with us, we'll actually put our email address up there. And if you've got any places that you really, really love and you enjoy, then please let us know, and we will hopefully review those. There's also a lot of new sites opening up at the moment, I've noticed, on some of the Facebook groups. So we want to really look into those, and all the smaller sites as well. The ones that don't get much sort of, what's the word? Media exposure. I've had a few gins, can't you tell?
Shane blew it earlier on, though, didn't he?
Somebody needed to tell me it was a secret.
I've been so quiet for the last few weeks, not mentioning a word, and then you come back. Brilliant.
So we'll see you in the after show.
Yeah,
definitely. We'll see you then. Thank you.
See you in a minute. Bye-bye. Marianne, Chris, where are you?
Now, I'm just going to. I just want to interrupt. Now, apart from Marianne and Chris, who's big on going around Europe?
Go on.
Are you asking us?
No. Look at the comment at the bottom.
Next stop everywhere.
That's a big tick.
Great friend to the show as well. Now, this is where it all goes pear-shaped.
I'm going to show you something proper.
So, before we see this video, any questions you would like to ask Chris and Marianne? Because you're warming up, ready for the after show party, aren't you?
Well, I can't be asking the questions and then getting people to ask questions as well. If I've asked all the questions, no one's going to be able to ask any questions.
There's logic there somewhere.
There is. I can't ask the questions that everyone's going to ask. I've got to save that for later.
Be special.
Dear me. Everyone's going to have to watch the after show, aren't they?
They are.
Do it now.
Be there or be talked about.
Exactly. Come on. I've got
Jason's going to have a hernia in a minute.
I think he's had two already.
Shall we see his video?
We've got to show something proper. Come on, John. Roll VT.
Chris, Marion, we've saved the best till last. Forget what those two clowns have shown you. Let's have a look what I've got in store for you today. Now then, have a look at this little beauty. 1,437 kilos, so you should just about be able to pull it with what you've already got. 23 feet overall, so it's not too big, but it gives you enough space that if you fall out, you've got two little separate areas. Marion can be in the motorhome, you can be in the caravan. Perfect, it's sorted. Let's have a look at the kitchen area. Beautiful kitchen area, we've got a little area, extends up at the top here. Electric ring, we've got gas rings, hob, grill, three-way fridge, and then have a look at that. Proper fixed bed. 6'3", you'll just about squeeze on there. So perfect. Proper mattress, perfect night's sleep. Just what you want when you've been out for a day, touring around, having a look. And like I say, the best about it, if you fall out, one in the motorhome, one in here, happy days. And then have a look at the back. Proper separate shower and toilet, so if you ever get stuck anywhere again and there's not toilet facilities, brilliant facilities all in the caravan. If one of you gonna go and spend a bit of time in the motorhome, one in here, what more do you need? If you want to have a chat with me afterwards, I'll take your deposit then.
Right, I've got my order form ready. Where do I send it to?
I've got to say, the first thing Chris said to me is, "Oh, I like the idea of sleeping separately if you fall out."
Exactly. I've covered all back. You get to keep what you've already got.
No.
Exactly. Sorry, lads. See ya.
That's so funny. Oh, that's so
It
funny.
looks very lovely.
Oh,
But
The video was brilliant.
you see, but you see, the longer it is, if you're towing it and you're putting it on a ship from Russia to America or Mexico, it's going to be twice the price.
No.
Also, driving across the rivers in Mongolia, I might lose the back end.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Honestly, don't worry about it.
It would make a great video.
Exactly. Just think of the video that you could do.
Think of the views, Mark. You got it.
And next week on Tread the Globe, we have our video of how we lost our caravan down the river.
Exactly. And also, because I took my driving license really, really late because I was a motorcyclist, I don't have a license for it.
Yeah, 3.5 tons, 3,500 tons. That's it.
There you go.
Technicalities, you'll be fine. Don't worry. In foreign
Good old
companies,
technical
countries, no problem.
Mark. Can we get to the nitty gritties?
It's not
There's
working,
only
is it?
one winner. Who was it going to be?
Who are you going to choose?
Should we do it at the same time, and then we won't know what the other one's going to say? 3, 2, 1.
Jason.
Oh.
We didn't talk about that.
It's the kit for me. It's the kitchen unit.
The only thing Shane's got the upper hand on is I think the desk looks more comfortable to work on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the standalone desk looks like, but Jason's kitchen looks better.
Yeah,
looks
Jason's
more
kitchen.
workspace and bigger.
See, lads, when you're selling a motorhome to somebody, you have to look at the people. And the one thing I looked at was height and also prep area.
I haven't got a motorhome. I've only got caravans.
You need to think outside the box, Mark. Come on.
Have you enjoyed yourselves?
Yes.
Yeah, we've had a lovely time. Thank
It's
you.
ace.
Yeah.
Something a bit different, wasn't it?
It's nice to, and you know, it's nice to see different things.
Yeah.
You know, because when we looked for Trudy, it was funny. We started off because we were living in it full time. We tried to replicate our house.
Yes.
So we went into the biggest, and I was going to take my test, and it was the biggest thing we could find to replicate your house.
Yeah.
You know, and then you realise that you don't actually need it.
Well, all through last year, we were doing motorhome reviews, and what I've really enjoyed about doing this one was actually trying to pick something for somebody. What do you the same, Shane?
Yeah. It's because we do get asked the question a lot, don't we? Advice.
Yeah.
on
It
what
was
to buy.
close. It was close, to be fair, because of the length. It's a good option.
It's that program with trying to find a house for somebody. What's it called? Homes
Under the Hammer or
Homes
something.
Under the
like
Hammer
that,
or something.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
vans. Very good.
Marianne,
Mhm.
can I escort you to a party?
Ooh.
I reckon it's a date.
First date, but yeah, why not?
Are we going to go for an after party?
Why not?
I've got the wine ready.
Lee and Mark are hosting an after party where they're going to ask you everything.
Oh,
We're going to give away. I've got all your T-shirts and stickers. We're going to give them all away.
Beautiful.
Aw, thank you.
And we'll have some fun, shall we? We'll have a party.
We've got our dance moves ready.
So thanks everybody for joining in tonight. We've really enjoyed it. 5 minutes time. If you come out of this one, we've set another YouTube, another channel up to, well, what have we set up? A broadcast.
Yes.
Yeah, for 25 to 9. So we'll have a 5-minute break and then we'll move into the after show party and we're just gonna have some fun, aren't we?
Let's have some fun.
Let's do it.
And we're gonna see Lee and Mark take the show over.
Beautiful.
Shane's really good.
Is ready.
Don't be bitter, Mark. Don't be bitter. Lee, how's your fishing stuff?
You're a tough, you are.
I think you've got him on the hook there, Jason.
Keep ready to win.
All right, thanks everyone. We'll see you in 5 minutes' time.
Bye.
Bye.
Does John know how to stop this show? It's normally